the USA Today newsroom, I'm Paul Singer here with Susan Page. We have just watched the third Republican presidential debate. Billed at the outset, we were expecting a showdown between Donald Trump and Ben Carson, the two frontrunners. Susan, didn't see so much fireworks between the two of them.
You know, there were a couple of surprises. One, that for the first time in these debates, Trump was not the center of all the action.
Yeah.
He was in many ways not the central figure at all of this debate. And the other is that Ben Carson, who has emerged as the frontrunner, perhaps, frontrunner in Iowa at the least, and leading in at least one nationwide poll, was not the center of attacks that we thought he might be, reflecting that new position. He may have forestalled some of those attacks by, in his very first answer, saying, "I'm going to abide by Ronald Reagan's 11th commandment, which is, thou shalt not speak ill of a fellow Republican."
Well, but nobody else seemed to apply by that rule, right? I mean, by the fact that Trump and Carson were playing nice together, the rest of the field was going at it. This was a pretty tough debate, even by comparison to some of the prior ones.
We heard Ohio Governor John Kasich really go after Ben Carson, in contrast to Trump's decision to step back a bit on that, saying that his tax plan was a fantasy. And that it would not.
And that was right from the start.
Yeah, and that was right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then I think the exchange of the evening was between Jeb Bush and Marco Rubio, one-time friends and political allies in Florida. Jeb Bush said Marco Rubio should resign from the Senate if he's not going to show up for more votes. And Rubio was quite prepared for that and turned to him and said that this was the attack of a political opportunist, in effect, that was just trying to get a political edge.
Well, and what do you think about Jeb Bush? I mean, we've been waiting for this entire campaign season for him to emerge as the front runner that we thought he was in April. This debate doesn't seem to change the perception that he's not really rising to the front.
Yeah, I don't think that Jeb Bush succeeded in answering the questions that were raised by his performance in the first two debates, or by his comments in South Carolina over the last weekend that he could be doing a lot of cool